don't know. My brain is used to making up excuses, but right now it keeps coming up with reasons, solutions, how you're able to call her. You're going to call her, you're going to invite her, you're going to say, hey, like you did yesterday, excited about your birthday tomorrow. Today you're going to say, hey, happy birthday. I bet you're hungry. On the way home from work, why don't you stop by here and I'll feed you some taco meat. I bought taco meat. I'll put some beans in it and we'll put it on some chips. It'll be great. It's like, oh, man, when you're a man-child, it's hard to call a grown-up woman and actually invite her to do something. I'm such a loser. Man, we've already gone out on a date. In fact, it was the last date I went on. It's the last time I ate in a restaurant. It's the last time I went somewhere with somebody. That was December 16th, 2024. And we went to Sepulpa to Christmas whatever shopping thing, which, you know, a first date, out of town, driving in the car. Could you have picked a more difficult thing? But she said she wanted to go. So I'm like, I'm there for you. Like this, no, I'm not going to make a video of excuses. I'm going to eat this banana. I'm going to drink this coffee. Oh, one thing I thought about was usually what happens is it's time to computer program, and I can come up with all sorts of chores rather than computer program. I'd rather mow in the heat than computer program. It's just in freaking sane. I even have a customer base that would die that just wants this new software. I've been talking about this for 9 years now. For 9 years, I've been talking about it. I guess 9 years ago I was trying to fix it. Now I'm rewriting it. Just a little tiny bit at a time. It's like savoring it, I guess. The other day I was working on it. I'm sitting there looking at the code. I'm making it bigger and I'm smaller and I'm writing this and I'm sorting that and I'm running a test run. Oh, cool. It prints all the columns I need to print and all that things. And I noticed that for a whole time I'd been sitting there, I hadn't thought depressing thoughts. Then why don't you do it all the time? I don't know. This is an excuse. Maybe. Don't know. I am going to say one excuse though. If you have a history of women solving your problems for you, helping solve your problems, are you being negative? Are you being negative? Are you being sexist? Friends help friends all the time. What I mean is, if you're not going to accept help from a woman just because you're a man, are you being sexist? Well, the thing is, I wouldn't ask for help from a man either. Anyway, for all this longest time, I thought, well, the thing to do is you need to kind of stay away from women. Freaking get your shit together. Make it a concerted effort to this, but I'm getting old. No. Anyway, I sent her a birthday greeting yesterday, saying happy birthday for her. I was going to do it on her voicemail, but her voicemail is full. I bet mine's full too. So I sent it as a little voice memo thing, and then she texted me at 5:30 in the morning. I happened to be awake. Probably should have called her then. So you're recording videos, think she might find it. Oh, no, that's okay, Joe. I know you're a loser. You know what's weird about that? It was so uncomfortable, especially writing back. I couldn't think of anything to say. And I was trying so hard to think of things to say that the more I thought about it, the less I could think of things to say. So she has to, I guess she felt like she would talk. She's a talker. She, kept apologizing for talking, whatever. I couldn't think of anything to say anyway. And what's funny about that is I have always had a habit of picking up hitchhikers, homeless people, someone who needs a ride, because I've gone long periods of time without a car. And I know there were times that I really needed a ride. And I can talk for an hour with a stranger, and not be uncomfortable about it. You want to ask them if they have any weapons before they get in the car. One guy I picked up, I did ask him straight up, do you have any paraphernalia, weapons, anything that the police might want to confiscate if we get pulled over? And I'm looking at him right in his eyes, and I believed him. That's off the subject. But the point is that I wouldn't have had as much of a problem hanging out with her if she had been a stranger, and I think that's probably a good sign. Christmas shopping in Sepulpa? Nothing wrong with Sepulpa. I mean, if you got to go Christmas shopping, Christmas doodad shopping. That's, you know, you want to bring a girlfriend because it's not going to be fun. It's like I was afraid that I would call her, you know, before I was thinking about recording this video, I was like, you should just call her and tell her all of this. The date was awful, but, you know, it was cool because I liked being there with you, you know. Oh, we stopped to eat somewhere. It was awful. Where was that? Okmulgee. Very showy place. Bad steaks. Bad steaks. I can cook a much better steak. Everybody says that. Later that winter in February, I get a text from her, and it says, I don't have anyone else I can contact. I need your help. There had been an ice storm, and you couldn't get around. And I live, you know, 4 miles or 5 miles from her. And she said, I've got to go to the hospital. I'm so sorry. It's either you or I've got to call an ambulance, and I'm hoping you'll take me. Yeah, I'll be right there. So I go and get her to the emergency room, and it seems like appendicitis. Turns out to be appendicitis. So she's in the hospital. Appendicitis, but it's like serious. Like I gather maybe she was, you know, soldiering on for a couple days maybe. I can't remember if she said she had or if I even asked, but it had burst, and luckily they got to it, and she had to be in the hospital for a little bit. And so at the time, her kid that had a big, huge, scary dog had been visiting, had been passing through. It stayed with her for a couple months or a couple weeks, something. And he was in Dallas talking with friends, and the dog was in her house in a crate. And she's like, I need someone to go over and help this dog, feed the dog, do something with the dog. And okay. So I go over to her house. And this is the biggest, scariest dog. I've got a scar on my leg where he bit me. But I can tell that this dog is happy, but he's just a fighter. I mean, he is a scary dog. So I have this 1.5-hour process of getting him out of the crate. Where was I supposed to put him? I can't even remember the whole mission. So I got him out of the crate and into the front yard where he used to run. I guess he grew up out there. And man, that was a great process. Fuck, that was scary. But one thing I liked about that is her ex had gone over there and tried to get the dog, and he chickened out. Yes! Yes!